Yo, it's the Land Assassin. What's up? What's happening? I think. And we're out on the water. We had to revert back to our old school setup because the new school was causing us issues. We still had issues with the old school setup, but now I think we've got it pretty much worked out. I think. No guarantees, but I think we are now back. So, is there anyone out there? Oh, we are back. Oh, GM, I believe we're live. I believe we're live. So, again, my condolences, GM, on the loss of your father-in-law. It's just good times out here. Only the Ella fellas are here. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way. He's two-stepping around the room. Colin's gonna make me two-step. He's gonna make me two-step. I didn't want to two-step in front of the homies, but if I got to, I will. So remember, guys, we have enacted the Zero Hero giveaway. It is currently 7:31. My watch tells me that the sun goes down at 8:01. We are going to attempt to, even though it's chaotic right now, we are going to attempt to continue our streak. I believe we said it was 37. Could be 38, but whatever. We'll go with 37. 37 consecutive outings. He went out doing what he loved to do. What are you talking about, GM? Excuse me, guys. Oh, man. Okay. Maybe it's because I was talking so much shit about LeBron. So, it's karma. Who knows? But, as we were saying, guys, the big news of the day is that LeBron will be leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. If I was on the Lakers, if I was a Lakers fan, I would say good riddance, but I'm not really a Lakers fan. So maybe these guys are all like, oh no, LeBron, don't leave us. Don't leave us, we love you, dog. He was playing golf. Well, dog, then you are correct. He did go out doing what he loved. Again, may he rest in peace, GM. All right, so LeBron is not going to be with the Lakers. As I was saying before, I think I got cut off, who knows. Let it not be thought that LeBron would be going to a team. So this is a prediction. I do believe it's going to choose a team, of course, that is beneficial to him. So he's either going to, which I believe this is the one. This is my number one prediction here. He is going to go back to Cleveland. Not because he's going to cloak it as, oh, yeah, I'm going back to Cleveland because that's my home. My family's there, my foundation. I got to bring another one back to the land. No, do not be fooled. He doesn't go back to Cleveland because of that. If that were the case, he would have never left Cleveland. But instead, he wants to go back to Cleveland because they have a decent foundation. They have James Harden, and you saw how far they got this year. So they got James Harden, they have Donovan Mitchell, and they have their tall centers, or tall forward and a center. They have that guy there, Mosley or something like that. And there's another dude there. I forgot his name. So he's going to go to a situation like that. He's not going to go to the Wizards and try and bring that team up from oblivion. No, he's not going to do that, guys. So it's either that or the other potential, which this is a strong second. He may attempt to go to Golden State, and maybe I should have made this my number one, but it wasn't really my idea, so I don't want to take that as my number one. So he can go to Golden State, and when he goes to Golden State, he's going to team up with the NBA brute, the guy who, I'm not sure how much he really plays basketball, but what's his name? Stupid Draymond Green. He'll team up with them, but more importantly, he will be teaming up with his arch nemesis. Now, if you guys want to hear my take on that, which you probably don't, but I mean, I got a mic on, so we're gonna hear it. I mean, you can lower your volume and then you won't hear it. But here's my take on that, bro. He's gonna go to his arch nemesis team, the guy who knocked him out of the finals, destroyed him left and right. So he's going to go to Golden State to team up with Steph Curry. Now, if that happens, guys, I would like to point to you guys. I would like to point out how much of and I'm this close to violating the broadcast rule, but how much of well, let's just call it a Brerocha move that is. Because, my dudes, that's like, I don't know, that's like Lex Luthor teaming up with Superman, and he's all like, yo, Superman, I can't beat you. All right, guys, this fish right here, if landed, will eliminate the zero or hero. And it was landed. So, my dudes, I do apologize, but we will not be paying out the $25 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card, because this little fish right here continues the streak of consecutive non-zero outings. That means we are at 38, allegedly, potentially, could be slightly more, 38 consecutive outings without a zero. So, my dudes, here's the thing. That fish interrupted what I was on my soapbox. But prior to getting back on my soapbox, we are going to, and that was caught off of a shaky head. We are going to sing the zero, or the the streak song. So, my dudes, we came out here, I mean, just with time left, but we came out here, little business, while we're actually trying to do our hardware setup, but apparently that's not going to work, at least for right now. But we won't worry about that. Here we go. Thank the good for catching that fish right there, because that continues the streak at about 38 consecutive outings. So, this is the streak that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started watching it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is the streak that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started watching it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is the streak that never ends. And there is a paraglider over there. He's just kind of cruising around. But now we can get back up on our soapbox. Hold on, guys. Let me get up on my soapbox right here. Yep. I'm up on my soapbox now. And I'm going to talk about how much of a Bread Ocha move that would be if LeBron James went to team up with his arch nemesis. Now that, dudes, would be the biggest Bread Ocha move, I mean, ever in all of time. That would be like, let's think of all the possibilities, all the stupidities. That would be like, let's see. That would be like Koopa joining up with Mario. What? What is that? Even though I do believe that they kind of teamed up on the last Mario Brothers movie. So that's kind of stupid, but that would be like if Pac-Man or the Ghost teamed up with Pac-Man. Like if, I mean, there's so many possibilities, bros. Put them in the chat, bros. Whatever you guys think would be a great example of LeBron teaming up with Steph Curry. And I'm telling you, dudes, that would be the biggest Bread Ocha move ever known to man. So, I don't know, bro. Like, what else do we got, bros? What other possibilities are there? You have G.I. Joe teaming up with Cobra. Of course, LeBron would be Cobra, and the Golden State Warriors would be G.I. Joe. It would be like, dude, like, so many possibilities that I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there are a billion of them. Okay, Moon, I'm gonna need you to take your fingers off the keyboard, Moon. That would be like me teaming up with Kale. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just ain't happen. It ain't happening. Batman with the Joker. Spoiler alert. What is this guy talking about, bro? There's just all kinds of possibilities, dudes, of what LeBron is going to do. And I mean, dude, this guy's, I mean, just straight up drama queen, bro. This guy, I mean, a real vato would just be, he would announce his move. He'd just be all like, yo, I'm moving to here. And that's all you'll hear. Because a real G moves in silence like lasagna. And then when he's to be heard, well, then that's when he's making his move. But instead, what LeBron, the freaking attention-seeking, well, Bread Ocha, what he wants is for, I mean, because the Lakers could have just, you know, him and the Lakers could have been all like, yo, all right, we're just not going to say anything, just let it be. And then when LeBron decides what he's going to do, then we'll announce that. But instead, he's out here, he has no announcement. He's all like, yeah, I'm not going to be with the Lakers, but I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm headed because I want to be the center of attention. So that's what's going to happen, guys. We're all going to be like, where's he going? For the next, I don't know, 2 months before football starts or whenever football starts or college football, you're going to hear every day, LeBron James is rumored to go to blah, blah, blah. LeBron James could possibly go to blah, blah, blah. All these other dumb, stupid possibilities. And, hold on, guys. Let me get this guy right here real quick. I'm going to lay down on the deck and have a little waterside chat with this fool. You vato, what's up? Holla at your boy. Okay. That's why you got to keep doing sit-ups, guys. If you keep doing sit-ups, you'll be able to lift yourself off the boat. Okay. This is not a Sábado Gigante. So, he is just going to drag it out, dudes. And we're going to have to hear about it. ESPN's going to be all like, oh, LeBron is rumored to be going to blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And it's just going to be painful when we know he's just going to go to wherever he can to chase a championship because he's still chasing the GOAT. He's chasing the GOAT. Okay, well, this guy has it. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to clip this off. Sacrificing the worm, probably sacrificing the jig as well. I don't really see where I think I found it. Okay, guys, I've pulled the jig out through the other side. This is a shaky head jig, so that's not going to work. So what I got to do is clip this off, even though my multi-tool. Okay, so I clipped off the hook. And now this should pop out. Let me verify where that hook end is because I'm not looking to end up impaled by my own hook. All right, guys, so we took the jig out completely. This fish will swim by itself, having a good life. That's what we do here. We attempt to get these fish back in the water as in one piece as possible. Now let's try and find that hook point that we clipped off while we are still talking shad about LeBron James. So yeah, guys, that's all you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear Stephen A. Smith talking about this, ESPN every day. Will LeBron James go to this or that or whatever? It's just gonna get so annoying. He wants to be relevant, but we all know that the NBA has moved on. It is no longer LeBron's NBA, and we should all be thankful for that. Because when it was LeBron's NBA, what he ushered into the league was all the flops, all the selfish play, all the selfishness. No longer for the organization. He ushered that in. And he changed the game. But he changed the game better, but for the worse. So we can all thank LeBron for that. As all the children who were watching him play saw, oh, a grown man, probably like 2.5 times the size of every person on the court, is allowed to cry like a little bread ocha about every single little ticky touch. To cry, well, I can't about that and the other. So that's what he learned them, bros. He learned them how to cry like a bread ocha. Okay, I may never find this hook point, but I cut it off of this jig right here. So much for that. We got to give back to the homies, to the fish. So that's what he ushered in, guys. It's basically like when Scar took over. So check it out, bros. Not that he took out Jordan, but essentially Jordan was Mufasa. And LeBron was always trying to get rid of Jordan. And then when he did, he ushered in the darkness upon the Pride Lands. And that's basically what ended up happening. Okay, we're not going to mess around with that. Let's just throw a topwater because we're looking at it. It's looking at us. And why not? So he ushered in the darkness in the Pride Lands. And next thing you know, so we ushered in, or he did, the Pride Lands, bros. That's what he did. The darkness. What the heck is Colin talking about? Tell us how I really feel. Bro, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on the LeBron. So, some people are going to say that I'm hating on LeBron. But nah, dogs, I only keep it real. I'm not hating on him. I am exposing him. If the dude was 100% bait balls to the wall and he was about the organization, about his team, because that's what team sports teach you, bro. It's the sacrifice for your teammate, for the team, for the greater good. Not, yo, I am the team. Even though Jordan was the team, Jordan sacrificed. He was the first one to be at the gym. He was the first one to do this and that as the example. As you heard him in his own words, he said, I can't quote it because I don't remember all of it, but he said, hey man, I was hard. He said, but he wouldn't make you do something that he wasn't willing to do. And that is where we are. We are so far from that mindset that we are now in the selfish mindset where LeBron goes around destroying organizations for years to come. This is not a small little ripple. It took Cleveland forever to get back when LeBron left the first time. He's not an idiot. I will give him that. The dude's not an idiot. He's just a selfish, not idiot. So when he left Cleveland, he left them because there was no hope. Because they were a middle ground team. They weren't going to get the draft picks that, well, probably in his mindset, they weren't going to get the draft picks that would help him. They weren't making the moves that would help him. So what he did was he said, well, let me go to Miami, where they're already established, a good team, and then they'll bring in another player, and we'll go from there. Not earning it, just saying, hey, put me into a possibility to win. And then, as he left in shambles. So then Cleveland, as he was out there winning championships, maybe championship, maybe, I don't remember how many he won over there. I know he lost a couple. So when he was over there in Miami, winning whatever, he saw that Cleveland was bottom of the barrel. They were getting their draft picks. They were getting Kyrie. They were getting players who he could utilize to try and get him another championship. So as they fizzled out in Miami, as they aged out, as they did all that other stuff, LeBron said, well, you know what? I think it's my time to leave because I'm going to act like my heart has always been in Cleveland and that I've always wanted to bring a championship to Cleveland, and that's all, guys. But no, he knew that was his best shot because they had got a couple of draft picks, first-round draft picks in a row. They had got a couple of first-round draft picks in a row, so he was all like, that's where I gotta go. Again, I didn't say this guy was an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's just selfish. That's the difference. So he ends up going to Cleveland, and then it took him some time. He ends up winning one championship. But then when he saw that was starting to fizzle, then he said, okay, it's time for me to move, not do what's right for the organization, not do what's right for Cleveland. I'm going to do what's right for number one. And number one is usually Jordan, but in this particular case, number one is LeBron. As in, not number one in the NBA, but number one in his mind. So he ends up leaving Cleveland, and I knew he was going to do that, and he went to Los Angeles because he wanted to try and cement a legacy. All right, guys, this right here is just another little Juan, but you guys should have seen that topwater bite. So He wanted to cement a legacy, be amongst the greats in Los Angeles and blah, 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 blah. But he just won a bubble championship and that was it. And everybody calls that the Mickey Mouse Championship. It was a different setup, dudes. It was not a long road going to, all right? The weight is in. The weight is in. No tag. Ha! The weight is in. No tag. It wasn't going to play away games and all that other stuff. Oh, no, we couldn't see our family because we were in the bubble. That's, dude, some people don't see their family because they work and they have to go to far off places and we don't hear them crying about that. So he ends up going to Los Angeles because he wants to make money. That's all he cares about. He wants to make stupid movies like Space Jam 2. Space Jam 1 was cool. And that's another thing, bro. If I'm not trying to be Jordan, why am I copying certain moves that he makes, making Space Jam and whatever? It's because he's trying to erase Jordan, but he can't. So then he ends up going to frickin' Los Angeles for X number of years, causes that organization to not have enough money to have players to put around him. So because of that, I mean, right now he could have taken a chunk of change hit and just be all like, yo, you know what? I'm going to do it for the organization. I'll take a pay cut. That's not what he's going to do, bros. He's going to go and he's going to try and find the spot that best suits his chances to win a championship. That right there is LeBron James in a nutshell. He has been fed this idea that he is owed everything since he was, I mean, younger than 18 years old. He has been fed this information. Now, a gentleman such as Michael Jordan was not fed that information. That's why he grinded for that. He didn't just say, oh, I'm Michael Jordan, you owe it to me. He's like, oh, I got cut? Oh, okay, well then I now have to earn all this. So he worked out, he did all this stuff. He did everything to earn it. LeBron has been told, nah, bro, it's just owed to you. And so he's expecting it, and that's why he cries. Multiple times, he cries about a foul that didn't get called, even though more than likely it wasn't a foul. Usually it isn't. He cries about it, leaves his team 4-on-5 on the other side of the court, and then it's like, what the heck, bro? You're too busy crying, and it's affecting your team's performance. And then sometimes you see the highlight where LeBron's all by himself on the other end because his team somehow stole the ball or whatever, and then next thing you know, LeBron's having a highlight dunk, and everybody's like, oh my God, did you see LeBron do his highlight dunk? Did you see how he got there? He was too busy crying, and then they threw him the ball because they're like, oh, he's already over there. He's crying still. So it's situations like that, guys. That is really a portion of how I feel, but not all of it. So he could potentially go to the Warriors and he ends up being, dude, Batman and Robin, come on, bro. I mean, Batman and Joker, freaking, I mean, there's so many, I don't even, like, off the top of my head, I don't even know, just so many possibilities, examples to use there. He could go over there, and that would be, I mean, if they talk shat about Durant doing it, well, they better not be silent when LeBron does it. But the broadcast will go on record and state there are 3 possibilities that this guy is going to take. It is going to be Cleveland, which I believe he will head to Cleveland because he wants to do some fairy tale bullshit. The Warriors, which is probably the easiest move for him because he then doesn't have to be number one option because he's no longer number one option. He's an old man. Guys who are straight out the G League are crossing him up. This guy has no real bag. He's big. That's it. So no bag James is either going to do that or potentially, though I don't see how they have the space, potentially he might try and make a move to, oh, did he come off? Nah. Make a move to, he's just small. Make a move to New York because that's the other place where he can make money because New York is, there's money in New York, there's money in Los Angeles. He's not going to go to a small market. It's all about dollar bills with this dude. And there's only so much you can take with you. All right, guys, that's just a little Juan. This is a pinch y zoom, also known as a little Rob. Just out here talking some shad and catching some fish off of a topwater. Whatever, just another day. So, that last fish, not the one that I just tossed back in the water, that last fish weighed 2 pounds, 7 ounces. 2 pounds, 7 ounces. Then the other big happening in the NBA was Kawhi Leonard going back to the Raptors. What in the heck is that? And not only did he go back to the Raptors, but the Raptors gave up, essentially the future. The Raptors gave up the future so that they could get Kawhi Leonard. What? I don't even know what's going on anymore, guys, in this world. Kawhi is also aging. All this freaking rest days and all that other stuff, I don't know how many days he played in the NBA because he was resting. So, maybe Toronto sees something that I don't. I have no idea why they gave up so much for him. I understand trying to get him, but why give up so much for him? That makes no sense. So, I don't know, dudes. In the NBA. All right, guys, that is 2 fish off of this Rio Rico popper. Which is better than no fish. Let's see what the chat is up to. Yo, Bob, I haven't caught oh yeah, guys, I don't know if the moderator put the comment on there, but if we catch a 5-pounder, we're paying out a $25 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. Lately, we haven't been catching BBLs, but streak is still continuing, but we just haven't caught the BBLs. I haven't caught a BBL on topwater in a while. And just so you guys know, right now, Mexico is playing in the World Cup. Tomorrow, I will not be live because I will be watching Los Estados Unidos play in the World Cup. I know some of you do not follow the World Cup, and that's fine. Let me turn the game on so I can watch it while I'm fishing. Let's add to the other stupidities that are happening while I'm fishing. Okay, I think it starts at 8:10 apparently. So let's just watch a game. Let's talk some shad. Let's throw a topwater. What else is there in life? Before the game starts, bros, I'm gonna tell you guys this story. So, don't ask me why, but I was in a building. I was in a building that had 2 elevators. These 2 elevators, only one was functional. So, everybody, this building potentially had 4 floors. I know it definitely had 3 because I was on the 3rd one. But it definitely had 3. So we were all waiting. We would have to wait for people to go up and people to come, or in the elevator to come back down. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And there were these 3 ladies in front of me. So now these ladies were of a more, let's say, mature age. So they were there, they were hanging out, and they walk into the elevator, and I see that there were more people inside of that elevator. So inside of that elevator, I kind of assessed if I could fit in there. And as I looked to see who else was in there, well, what I saw in that elevator was more and more women. Now they varied in age. Most of them were on the more mature side of the age, but I asked nicely, can I fit in there? And then these ladies very nicely said, oh yeah, come on, you can get in here. And I was like, okay. So then I snuck in there. We all just stood there facing the elevator door, and it was pretty packed. And then I happened to see that there was a little homie there, and I made the comment. I said, oh, well, I'm a little outnumbered, but at least this little dude's here, so I got a chance. And then the ladies laughed. They found that amusing, and the mom of that little vato said, well, he's not even paying attention, so you might be in trouble. And I thought, uh-oh, all right, well then never mind. I ain't got a shot. So then they laugh, and we're there, and then the elevator opens on the 2nd floor. And on the floor, there were a couple that squeeze into. They squeeze in. We all get closer, and then I say, you know what, guys? My wife is never gonna believe this. And they laughed because I told them my wife is never gonna believe that I was in an elevator full of all these women. And then one of the ladies, I said, you know what? I feel like taking a selfie right now and sending it to her. And one of the ladies said, she's probably gonna think it's AI. And I was like, oh, you got a point. And then all the ladies, they laughed. It was laughs all the way down. Everybody was enjoying themselves. And when we got to the bottom, the ladies were laughing. They were having a great time. And they said, oh, you made my day. And I said, why, thank you. Thank you very much. And then I was somewhat close to the door, or at least maybe the second person that could go out into the door, or out of the door. And then they said, hey, you can go. And I said, oh, no, I'm be a gentleman. And they said, oh, you're setting such a good example for that boy. And they chuckled, and they said, oh, you made my day. And we had a great time. So that right there, dudes, to see that many ladies and hear that many ladies of a mature age have a good time, laugh, and enjoy life, that brought nothing but joy to my heart. You know what I'm saying, guys? I was just like, you know what? That made my day because I was able to make these ladies laugh and have a great time. So I just thought you guys could, hold on, Mexico's playing, could enjoy that story because that was, oh no, Mexico's not playing yet. They're showing highlights. That was hilarious. I only wish that I had taken that selfie that I was talking about, because if I had taken that selfie that I was talking about, I would have posted it on the broadcast and I would have, you know, just said something silly like I've died and gone to heaven or something along those lines. And then, of course, I told the moderator what had happened, and she was, I mean, probably not a big fan of what had happened, but also she knew it was just wholesome, good fun, me hanging out with the ladies. So, I mean, it was serendipitous. It's not like I chose that elevator at that time so that I could be hanging out with these ladies. No, it was just in the cards. The ladies were just there hanging out. All right, that was a Mag Dizzy that we just tossed out there to this little vato who ruined my Mag Dizzy. Que pues, bro? Why you gotta be ruining my Mag Dizzy? This little guy is just going to be a little Juan. So, I would like to send a big old thank you to those ladies for making my day. They made me laugh. It was good times all around. This fish is pretty close to the weight of the last fish. Oh, it's a little sunset fish, doggies. Puro buzzer beaters. No tag. No tag. What? Put the Cubs game on too? Whoa. Speak English, Kowalski. What? I wasn't speaking English? That fish right there, guys, weighed 2 pounds, 8 ounces. Colin, do you have some kind of hatred towards ladies of a mature age? Say it ain't so, Colin. I know that, you know, Canada won, but that doesn't give you the ability to just tell these nice ladies mean things. That's it. I'm calling your parents, Colin. I assume they're still with us. I'm calling them, Colin, and I'm going to tell them exactly how you're behaving here on the Rodcast. I'm going to dial them in, Colin. Once the stupid setup doesn't do dumb things, I'm going to dial them in, and I'm going to ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Colin's parents, what was Colin like pre-Rodcast? Because on the Rodcast, he is very, it seems like, angry. He's angry at mature women. I don't know why. Maybe a mature woman broke his heart. I have no idea. I don't plan to get into, but potentially. All right, guys, this is a Mag Dizzy Green Magic. That's how we get down here on the Rodcast. Mag Dizzy Green Pumpkin Magic. The Mag Dizzy comes from Biz Baits. So potentially, a mature lady has broken Colin's heart, and he is extremely sour about that. Is that the case, Colin? Hold on, let's see. All right, guys. We're going to have to get to the bottom of what is up with Colin. Ever since Canada won a World Cup game, Colin has been some other animal. We'll get Bromance in here. Bromance will be able to be Colin Emperor. Hey, buddy, it's being crazy, you know? Or whatever he'll tell us. All I know is somebody's gotta figure out this situation where Colin is, I don't know, guys. I don't know what is going on. Seven baby, what the? Unlimited, you're a terrible dad, apparently. Telling your son Colin to go over there and get 7 babies mamas. Come on, bro. He could stop at 3. 7, that's too much, dog. 7 babies mamas. I don't know. Nobody needs that, bro. I don't think Colin is an NFL player, so why would he need? He's not whoever the Miami Dolphins receiver is, Chester Cheetah, whatever his name is. I don't remember it. But he's not that guy. Seven babies mamas will not help you remember why you're here, bro. 7 babies mamas will make you want to potentially no longer be here. Nah, dude. 7 babies mamas. That's... Dude, if I had 7 babies mamas, Yanni, dog. Whoo! I would not be able to... Like, I would disappear somewhere. I would see how long I could hold my head underwater, because that right there, and hope that I turned into one of the merps and I was hanging out with them, because 7 babies mamas, dude, 7 chicas telling the kid, hey, your dad sucks. 7 of them, dude. And then I'd have to undo what each one of them is saying. I'd be like, okay, why did your mom say I sucked? Okay, got it. And then I got to keep track of what their mom said. Like, oh, mom said you sucked because, I don't know, because you get all kinds of chicks and she doesn't like that. And then you're like, okay, that's reasonable. I'm not going to disagree with her on that. I could see where she's coming from. But there's just all kinds of different, don't even, like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish one baby's mama on my worst enemy. Because that right there, dude, that's just the sickest thing you could wish on somebody. Okay, well, Unlimited, clearly, he's saying that Colin doesn't need to stick around. But clearly, Unlimited is raising Colin, let's just say, a different way than I would raise a kid. I would not raise a kid to have 7 babies mamas. Probably at baby's mama number 1, I'd be like, hey, calmate, bro. You don't need to be going crazy. Figure it out. But Unlimited is like, nah, bro. Get him 7 babies mamas. Can he even... Dude, 7 babies mamas. Do you know how much child support that is? I mean, basically, Colin's going to be living out in the streets. And he's going to be working. Instead of for the man, he is going to be working for the woman. Because very little is going to be left over for him. There would only be enough for him to barely stay alive. I don't know where he would live. He might have to live on the yard. He might have to live in the yard, basically pay his baby is helping for that house, but he has to sleep out in the yard on a rented tent. You see what I'm saying, bro? This just doesn't work out. I mean, at least not in the Vato's favor. It's just not going to work out. He's going to be tent life. And then, you know, let's say that the baby's mama has a Vato over and Colin's going to be in the tent. And then, I mean, he might hear scary noises at night and he'd be like, oh my God, I'm trying to sleep out here. I got work tomorrow. I have 7 kids I got to take care of. Don't you know I got 4 jobs in one day? How? I don't know. But he still finds time to sleep because you need to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be hearing these scary noises. And then, I mean, that's not a good life, bro. I would not want to live that life. But I guess to each their own. If certain individuals want to play fast and loose, then so be it. Well, okay, Tater, if I ripped his jaw off, I can only tell you I don't have the jaw. So he might just be looking at his jaw right now and be all like, because it is no longer either with him or with me. That's grass. See, I went easy right there, Tater. I went easy and the grass got lucky, I guess. All right, I'm gonna have to find that line. Okay, that line goes that way. All right, it is to those lights right there. What the heck? Now Colin's talking about Vatos don't even have jobs. Okay, so maybe Colin doesn't even have a job. I just don't even know anymore, guys. I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to stand here confused because something turned Colin into the Colinator. Well, that sounds like he's collinating an area. So, yo, you could use that though, Colin. You could go up to chicks and be like, yo, I'm the Colinator in case you need me to, you know, collinate. But either way, bro, it's just somebody turned him into the Colinator and I need to figure out who, why, and how. And we need to figure it out fast before Canada gets knocked out of the World Cup, because if they get knocked out of the World Cup, Colin might just, we might not be able to get him back. He might be the Colinator for the end of time. Moon, where you at? I call these sunset sips by the Latin Assassin. What just happened there? Sunset Sips by the Latin Assassin. Hey, what the heck? There's still 36 minutes left to this dumb game? I thought it was supposed to be at 8 o'clock. All right, guys. That seems like I'm not going to get any sleep. So my guess is that was a fish that I missed during my sunset sips. So the game is at 9. Are you kidding me? Delayed by weather? Ooh, dang. Thanks for that info, Moon. Okay, since it's delayed due to weather, I'm gonna put the Cubs game on if I got it. I might not have it because who knows? Nope, I got the Yankees versus Detroit. Good, let's put that game on then, since we're just watching whatever. I don't even like watching baseball, but we'll do it. Okay, I don't think that was a fish. I think that was grass. All right, Yankees are down 9-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Well, apparently there was a lot of runs in that game. But it's the bottom of the 8th. I believe. And the Yankees have challenged. Gotta see. Some of those feel like grass, and some of those feel like bass. I'm slowly moving off to the right of that area. So if you guys had put some comments in the broadcast that I didn't get to because I was on my LeBron schooling, then my apologies. But you know, I had to get that out there, bros, because they might take me out. LeBron might be all like, yo, this guy is on to me. He knows my every move. I need to remove him from the movie because he's ruining it. Spoiler alert. It wasn't a rant, bro. It was an education, because there are a lot of, I'm not sure if I refer to them as this, but there are some people who refer to them as bronsexuals. There are a lot of bronsexuals out in the world who they're on some kind of, I don't know. They're just sipping the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? They think everything that he does is perfection. But when you get that deep, I don't even think that everything Jordan does is perfection. I mean, Jordan has what some might say is a gambling problem. Though, I mean, the dude's got bazillions of dollars. So, like, I don't think him losing a bet here and there is going to hurt him too much. Does Unlimited have a live or something? Will you be on again after the broadcast? Be on what, bro? I must have missed something. Be on and popping? Be on a warpath? Be on what? All right, guys, let's move a little bit in that direction, and then we'll throw a top water in front of us so that we can see it. We can see the action. We're gonna go to another hump. Oh, is he gonna be on another rodcast? Is that what you're asking? I mean, potentially he can. I just got to get this. I don't know what happened today, guys. The GoPro, it just kept turning off. So I'm going to have to set these features on there and figure out what the deal is. Or the moderator hates this option. I could just buy a different camera and not be messing with all the stupidity that this GoPro is causing. So there are some potentials. I just have to see what the best situation is, because we are in deep. Our setup is what it is, but we might have to adjust ever so slightly so that we can make this work for your viewing pleasure. Because again, for some reason, I try and do whatever is in your best interest. I don't even know. Oh, that reminds me, bros. Apparently, I had forgotten that Z Nitro had won $25, and I had confused it with the $75 that Al had won. And so, like either an idiot or a very nice guy, I sent Z Nitro $75 instead of $25. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. And to his credit, Z Nitro was all like, yo bro, you seem to have paid me too much dinero. And then I went back and looked at my payouts, and I was like, oh, it looks like I did. So Z Nitro, if you are in the chat, I don't know, bro. He did offer to send the money back, but I don't know. That seems to be more complicated than him just keeping it. So, you know, whatever. I'll probably just let him keep it. But yeah, dudes. Yo, Merc, there's a possibility. I mean, apparently you are savvy enough to, tech savvy that is, to allegedly, and this is all allegedly, somehow get some free Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna say how, but somehow you get free Wi-Fi. So actually, it looks like there's a lot of bait fish right here. But somehow you get free Wi-Fi. So if you're tech savvy enough to get free Wi-Fi, potentially you might be tech savvy enough to also join the Rodcast. And you know what I might do, dog? I might bring on one side of the screen, Merc. On the other side of the screen, Moon. And I'm this set up because I'm really disappointed in the fact that nothing ever came. Nothing ever came of the Moon Saga. I'm sad about that. I'm gonna try and, I mean, apparently I cruise a little further off the spot than I had thought, but one of these days I'm gonna get to it. All right, guys, let's send Spot Snatcher some BBL vibes, bros. He needs him. I don't know what's going on over there, but he needs them right now. I'm throwing a popper. Working it somewhat aggressively. The Rio Rico. So you're saying that... Okay, guys, I gotta follow these ripples. I cannot take my eyes off of... I see them. Apparently, I seriously need to change this line because I just casted and my lure went flying. So, I see it. Good thing it was a topwater. This is the line that has been breaking every time. So, one would think that I would learn my lesson and eventually replace this line. But seeing as how I'm Mexican, I just keep on using the same line over and over again. Not like line when I'm talking to the chicas or whatever, because I never use the same line twice. You know what I'm saying? I got him. Washalo. That is 20 bills just saved right there. So that's kind of cool. All right. Very cool. So we have now moved on to the Mag Dizzy. Son of a fish. But I would like to go back to the area that I was at. I would. Man, Moon and Merc disappeared as soon as I made mention of pulling them into the rod cast and seeing if we could make a love connection, not for the both of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, not those two dudes. I'm talking about, like, we can make things happen that we had been trying to make happen. We're just trying to spread happiness to the world, guys. Now, I'm not exactly sure what Colin's doing, but we're just trying to spread happiness to the world. All right, we didn't turn the lights off. We just moved in a different direction. I will turn the lights back on. I'm trying to put you guys to bed. Go to sleep, guys. I know you're being very rambunctious, but I need you to go to sleep. We got stuff to do tomorrow, all right? So, go to sleep. And tomorrow will be another day, and you'll be able to play whatever games you were playing. You'll be fine. I do believe that eventually the boat will turn to an angle where the sunrise will be visible, but I could just turn the camera over there. It's that easy. Let's do that. Oosh. Hey, washalo, the lights are back on, guys. There's supposed to be a full moon tonight. We didn't plan to be out here for the entire full moon. We're just out here waiting for Mexico to start. Man, I think I did put them all to sleep because I haven't seen a comment in many moons. We will hit up the riprap momentarily. I don't think the moderator even realized that I said that there's potentially need to buy another camera. Or maybe she's just ignoring it and hoping that it goes away. This freaking GoPro. Oh, Simply is not asleep. That was a trick, Simply, to see who wasn't actually asleep. I don't know if you passed or you failed, but I now know that you are not asleep, Simply. The rest of them are just faking it, though. I'm just working a mag dizzy through here because my top water came off. My top water is in the boat, but it broke off. Excellent, excellent. Excellent, moderator. I would also like solutions that don't cost money because this GoPro should easily function with it, but for some reason, it keeps on doing stupid stuff. So, moderator, I will tell you that the GoPro kept on restarting. It seems like it's just, if you don't do anything with the GoPro, it times out and then it goes to sleep. Only problem, nothing going on. It's my or whatever. So it knew something was going on. It just, I guess, didn't care. It basically Rick James the Rodcast. It was like, forget your Rodcast. You can afford a new camera. And it just started rubbing its boots into the stream and just ruined it for everybody. Was eating and watching. What are you eating, Simply? Let us know, bro. What's for dinner? What does Simply eat? For all we know, Simply could be eating veal right now or something along those lines. I don't know what he's eating. Merc, something's got to give, bro. New camera, new line. I don't know, about something's got to give. I don't know why the GoPro's being a little beehive, bro. I don't know what his deal is. A hungry man dinner. What is that? Was that one of those frozen dinners? Oh, track them. Track them down is going to be fishing for some cats. Okay, Bob finished a bowl of spaghetti. Apparently the moderator knows what Simply's talking about. high, dude. Look, Merc, it's very easy to make those suggestions because you're not the one who's gonna have to replace this lure when I lose it. So I could barely see that fool when he flew off when the sun was going down. So if it flies off, dude, that topwater, if it flies off, how am I gonna find it? How am I gonna find it in the night? I will not. So then that's gonna cost me $20. Then the moderator is gonna be like, yo, you don't get to have a camera because you can't have nice things because you do dumb things with them. And I'm not gonna disagree, but I'm also not gonna agree because it's not like I'm purposely doing dumb things with them. Dumb things just happen. So I'm not gonna give her the satisfaction of being 100% correct. Mostly correct, maybe, but not 100% correct. What kind of a significant other would I be if I just agreed and was like, yes, man, you are correct. Yes, I always do dumb things and you're right. I should be more careful and blobbity, blobbity, blob. Nah, bro, that's not who I am. I'm not just gonna give in to sanity. That's stupid, bro. Giving in to sanity is for the weak. I am going to find the best way to weave through the most insane statements that could be said at one time and still come out, at least at a minimum, with a draw. That's the goal. To end it in a draw potentially and go from there. But if I could end it in a victory, even better, bro. Even better. But sometimes we're not that lucky. Sometimes we got to take the draw and be all like, okay, I agree to disagree, but you didn't win. I mean, that's part of the fun of having a significant other. Testing them to see if they're still sharp, bro. That's what you do. You got to keep them on their toes. If you're just a man and she's just, are you going to hurry it up and blah, blah, blah? And you're, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bro, where's the fun in that? You might as well castrate me and send me out to pasture because there's no fun in that. Now, I don't know how much fun the moderator has, but if I'm having this much fun, I can only assume that she too is having so much fun with the shenanigans. I can only assume that she's all like, wow, this is the best time of my life. I made all the right choices because what else would I be doing right now than arguing or debating with some guy who's out here saying crazy things and trying to bring me down into his world of crazy. That right there is some of the best stuff, bro. And if you guys disagree, I'm gonna have to say, you guys are yes men. And it might be like smooth sailing for you. It might be. You guys might be all like, dude, if you just say yes to anything they say, then life is just so much like smoother. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, some of my best fishing days are when the water is the craziest. So, some of my best Get the heck off of me, bug. Some of my best life days are when the water's the craziest. Because see what is crazy for the water, and then you're thankful for the peace. You know what I'm saying? How would you know what is crazy or what peace is if you don't have the crazy to compare it against? Is all I'm saying. Now, the moderator is probably rolling her eyes right now. She's probably wanting to rip me out of the TV or whatever she's watching me on. It could be a computer. Rip me out of the TV. I mean, I might not even have a TV right now. She might have thrown something at the TV thinking that it was me saying the stupidities right in front of her. So, who knows? I'm just saying. All right, guys, 2 more casts with this Mag Dizzy, and then we will run the rip wrap. And I think Mexico's gonna play in a little bit. So while we're running the rip wrap, we will also be watching the game. Dudes, but seriously, what happened to Moon? Ever since I said I was gonna bring Moon into the fold, he just went radio silent. Let me turn on my Go-Go Gadget watch so you guys can see me. At least see my hand. I'll put it on my hip like a middle-aged housewife. So you guys can see it and be all like, oh, there he is. This is cast 1 of 2. If I get a bite, then it resets. If I don't get a bite, then we go to the rip wrap and we handle business. I have 2 rods that need line replaced. This one that I'm throwing right now, every time I cast, my fluorocarbon backing, I see it. So essentially I have 2 knots that may give on me. 3 technically. The one that ties the fluorocarbon to the braid, and the one that ties the braid to the leader, and the one that ties my hook to my line. Canada will need a miracle against Morocco. Well, maybe that's the reality that Colin is dealing with. But here's the thing, dudes. Canada is playing on the 4th of July. It's kind of weird, but they're playing on the 4th of July. I mean, is that better than the U.S. playing on the 4th of July? If I was an American player, I would kind of want to chill on the 4th of July. Have you guys seen my other phone? Let's utilize our watches. Find your phone. I use an Alberto knot for my fluoro to braid knot. Where is my phone? Which one of these is the where the heck is my phone? Jingle dingles. Find my phone. It's here. Got him. Okay, phone has been found. Now let's pack up this set of rods that we used, and then we will move on to the riprap. But first, let me have a mic off moment because riprap is not the place. I will turn the camera real quick, guys. I just realized this is the last day in June. So that means that the BBL Plus will reset tomorrow. And that also means that our chances to catch the tagged fish are running out because you need to catch that tagged fish before July 5th. So, if I was a guy, if I was a betting guy, I would say that might not be happening. Does it go through the eye good? It does if you clip your if I could ever finish my sentence. If you clip your tag end off all chingon like, then it will go through your guide real nice. But if you have a little bit sticking out, it has been known to catch. Okay, Mexico and these other vatos has not started. It is about to start. They are introducing the VAR refs or officials. Vatos, vámonos. México va a jugar fútbol contra Ecuador. The rest of the broadcast will be in Spanish. Just FYI. At least that is my goal. Goal, 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 goal. To say the broadcast in Spanish the rest of the way. Ese mi moon que pues. Oh, come on, dog. You don't think that I spit on the line before I handle business? Come on, dog. That's rookie move right there. All right, guys, apparently we are watching the game. I mean, the volume's down, so I don't really care, but we are watching the game, hold on Telemundo en español. Mexico están jugando en Mexico, somewhere in Mexico. I don't know where, pero somewhere in Mexico. No sé en dónde, pero están jugando en Mexico. Ahora, caballero, vamos a tirar Lucky Craft, BDS, Big Daddy Strike, Square Bill, Crankbait. Aquí mero. Tenemos que enganchar un BBL de 5 libras. A ver qué pasa. Oh, the camera's still facing backwards. Well, that's not helpful to you guys. Let me fix that. You guys are facing the back, probably wondering, what happened to him, guys? I can't see him, but I can hear him. As always, dude never shuts up. There's a little bit of eelgrass here, guys, but hopefully it is not going to cause an issue. I don't know which direction the wind was blowing today. So if there was any wind, I don't know. Maybe good will be. I don't think that Mexico is allowed to play without that guy announcing. I think it's just Mexican law at this point. Man, we might have picked the wrong side, bros. American shad, yes, that is what we are throwing. We might be, maybe we should have been throwing Mexican shad in honor of Mexico playing this game that we are currently watching. Now, I don't think I would throw Canadian shad. Where did Colin go? Mexico has the ball. Mexico kicks it to this guy. This guy dribbles into the box. He comes out, a little pass back from the box. Oh, este vato, he didn't make a goal. Mexico chases down the ball. Un foul. Un foul on the other team for running over the Mexican vato. And I think I can say that without it being potentially a slur of any. I can say Mexicans. It won't be a. So, then you just the Fox channel, and you can see the same Mexicans that I am watching. The Mexicans are coming out firing, bros. I don't know how many shots on goal that's been, but it's definitely at least 2. Oh, that was another shot on goal. They had a shot. I'm gonna need the Mexican Shad to hold on. I'm gonna need to climb the wall, bro, because it needs to bump as many rocks as possible. Ah, fish that off. What was that? Okay, we're going around in a circle. That fish came off. Probably a Little John. If I had to guess, probably a Little John. All right, so let's pay attention here, boys. Can't be messing around. We're out here trying to pay out a $25, and this time it will be a $25, guys. Pay out $75. There is a saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. Don't know what it means, but that saying does exist. No clue. Dang, bros, I missed that fish. He was hooked, but he jumped out a couple times, and then on the last one, he said, F your shad, and he spit it back at me. The ambulanza, bro. If I catch a BBL, that might cure what ails Colin. Well, that's a rock. We may have caught a big boulder live. This might be line. Feels weird. Feels a little liney. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o! think somebody left a little booby trap here for me. Minus the booby. Only the trap. And by booby, guys, I mean the bird. I'll be getting, yeah, these booby trap. I hope it's crappie, fishermen, so that at least I have hope. But I'm afraid it's probably cat fishermen. Son of a fish. Well, that didn't sound great. All right, guys, something's got to give here. We are caught in somebody's line. Son of a fish. I'm gonna have to try to snap it, and I know it's gonna happen. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to everything that I knew. Can shack man down. No! Was that the 7-pound? Whatever. All right, guys, we flew a little too close, son, and ourselves a frickin' American shad. The last thing that American shad did was hook into a fish and then get lost. Son of a fish. Son of a fish. All right, boys. The American shad was our only crankbait running situation here. So we're gonna have to figure something out. Ooh, Mexico got very close. Rust in peace. The only that I am a tear right now, but I have another one chilling at my house. It is break in case of emergency type of situation here. So we are currently in that emergency. I had to break glass in order to, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm throwing a jig now, and now my jig is stuck. If there's any sign, get off the water. Read them. Could I read the signs if something was telling me you had your fun, get off the water, hit them up another day? Actually, you know what? We should have hit up the side of that bridge right there. Side of that bridge, all nice and slow. We have got the jig out of immediate peril. I too had 3 of them, Bob, but now I only have 1 of them. Cuba Rude. Hey, Rude, are you watching Mexico? ¿Estás watchando Mexico, bro? Or are you not even a soccer fan? A soccer fan. Get me confused. A soccer fan. I'm just out here losing jigs and stuff. Oh, you gotta be shitting me, bro. The moderator is probably saying, just call it, fool. Call it. Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. Oh, shallow. The jig is free. They're not free ever, but the jig is free. Dang. I don't think food is Mexican. Dude, because even if I didn't want to watch this game, it's like my DNA made me watch it. It's like I don't know, a moth to a flame. Can the moth say no to the flame? It's just kind of in its DNA, bro. It has to fly to the flame at its own peril. Not really sure why moths are so stupid that they fly into flames. I don't even know if that's true. I'm throwing a jig out to this area. I'm in 20 feet of water. The riprap is not. I'm trying to work it off of the riprap. There's a couple of points that come out. Oh, watch out, little bros. The moon has shown its beautiful, bright face. It's kind of red right now, but whatever. I'm trying to work it off the riprap just a tad. Sorry, I'm also trying to take a terrible shot of the moon. So I'm tied to this riprap. Let's use this shadow right here to our advantage. It's currently 0-0 in the hot. That felt weird. 0-0. I think they've gone to the hydration break. Maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. They're not in the hydration break. They were in the hug each other for some reason break. I don't know if that's a natural thing that happens in soccer. Okay, Merck is saying that the Mexican dude went airborne. I'm only seeing bits and pieces of this Merc, so I don't know what's truly going on. I just speculate at what I'm seeing. Oh, was he offsides? I don't know. Washalo, goal, 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 goal. If he wasn't offsides, goal, 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 Mexico. In case you guys don't know it, Mexico just scored a goal. Just in case you don't know it. If he wasn't offsides, I'm assuming that they're going to review it. I think when he was on his own end of the field, I believe he cannot be offsides if he's on his own end of the field. Iguachalo! Goal! 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 Yo, Unlimited. I have to work out my lungs, so I forgot. I should have done this. I have to work out my lungs in order to do those kinds of things right there, Unlimited. At a moment's notice, you have to be ready for that, bro. You never know when you're just gonna hear Chente come out of nowhere and you gotta be, or just anything, bro. All those things are possible. So you gotta have the lungs for that. Right now, I could almost hear Rude doing the same thing, bro. When he heard me go, he's over there. He might even have a cerveza in hand. He's like, I don't know. And I haven't drank water in a while, so it's not my best work. You know what I'm saying? Puros gritos, bro. Rude knows. If there was somebody fishing the riprap, bro, they're gonna think, they're gonna tell of this day. They'll be like, bros, it was so scary out there. I kid you not. I was fishing the riprap, then all of a sudden I heard what could have been only banshee screams. I don't know what they were, but there was banshee screams. Look, bro, I could tell you, Merc, that there's people at the ramp. I can't tell you if they could hear me, but 100% they can hear me. Because the grito's gonna carry, bro. What do we got here? This is not a catfish. Ah, it's got to be a catfish. There ain't no way that this thing is going to be doing the moves that it's doing if it wasn't a catfish. Holy catfish, Batman. Oh no, it's a drum. A stupid drum. It was a drum, guys. We got all excited. We were like, ay, wey. We were about to do another grito, but instead we're doing a, hey, no mames drum. All right, let's get this drum in the boat. We don't really want him in the boat, but we need our jig back. Come on over here, drum. You're not even the biggest drum we've caught, but you are the dumbest one. Because you got us all excited. All right, guys, just a tiny little drum right here. Puro drum roll. We got drum rolled. There we go, guys. Just a drum. Wish it was a bass, but it is not. Let me double check. That is definitely a drum. Stupid drum. Here we go. We're back at it again. We're at the hydration break. I should take a hydration break as well. Now Moon magically shows up. Moon shows up and he's like, hey, well, we catching BBLs out here or what? What? Just puro BBLs? That's all we know? Okay, that's what's up. But no, Moon, that was not a BBL. That was a stupid drum. Mexico is still up 1-0, as they say. I don't, but they say nil. I would only say I think they say a silly, nilly or something. I don't know. I would not say nil other than that. Remember, guys, that tomorrow will be hump day, so I will not be live. Not because it's hump day, but because the US of A is playing against Bosnia-Herzegovina. And I want to see that. See if these fools are worth a darn. Yes, they won their games, not all of them, but they won their group stage. It's a good thing Moon's here so that I could drink some water. He put the water emojis. I cannot drink water unless Moon puts, he emojis me. Mexico loses possession. Mexico gains possession. Starts kicking it around to his homies. Kicks it to hit their end of the field. And the dude gets fouled. The Mexican dude, I think, got fouled. What up? Don't know who that was. Or maybe he fouled somebody. I have no idea. I'm watching on my phone, so I may see things incorrectly. That's why we got Merc here, so that Merc could be the in-studio analyst and be like, oh yeah, that wasn't a foul. Now, I don't know what Moon just put there. There's some kind of emojis. I don't know what they are. They better not be kissy face emojis, like two emojis kissing each other. Let me get this a little closer to my bulbs. It does look like two little, I don't know, birds kissing each other. I don't know what that is. I'll just act like he didn't put that there. So back to where we were, guys. No kissy bird emojis. Mexico has it in the box. Awashala, goal number 2. Go! Mexico with goal number 2. Uashalo. Mexico scored their second goal, guys. Now imagine if you were watching sports with me, and keep in mind, guys, I have not had one single ounce of a lubrication or mind-altering substances. I just wait till you guys do so that you could be on my level. Mexico is winning 2-0. For those of you who are not bilingual, that is 2-0. Dudes, do you think that maybe there's a soccer person from a broadcast that's watching, and then they're all like, do you hear how long that guy goaled? He goaled forever. And they'll be like, sir, we would like to hire your lungs because those are gold medal lungs. All right, guys, this little section of the rip wrap, it has a little point that comes out. Hopefully we get a bite somewhere right here. Potentially we're gonna get a catfish bite, then I'm gonna get mad, and then I'm just gonna throw a fit because I'm looking for a BBL, and I'm trying to catch a BBL without a square bill crankbait, which is usually how we fish this area, and without a topwater. We might have been able to throw a topwater here. We don't usually throw a topwater, but we could have. Yo, Rude, I gotta make ends meet here, bro. I got camera issues. I got issues that I need to fix, but if I become a sports analyst, then I can. I mean, you didn't hear my very analytical, poignant analysis of LeBron's next move. What is this guy? Is this guy throwing? Moon, you're lucky I can't see these, bro, because my phone screen is burnt in. So, moderator, what is this guy putting? Is this kissy fishy faces? I have no idea what these are. I think they're kissy fishy faces. Fishy kissy faces? It is 9:35. El equipo de México están ganando 2-0. bow bumping, dog. Are we bow bumping? Moon wants to bow bump. He wants to throw them bows. Moon, I thought we were on the same side. He's trying to give me Colin vibes. Here, we haven't established what was up with Colin. Mexico dude is on the carpet. I don't know what he's doing. There's all kinds of reasons that they'd be crying that they got hurt. None of them probably legitimate, but multiple reasons that they could be crying. A dude might have just grazed him with his shirt or something, and then he'd be like, oh, dear God, my whole life has been ruined. Mexico is in possession of the ball. There's 36 minutes that have been played. I will tell you guys this much. From what I've seen, Mexico is looking on point. Does that mean that they can hang with the European clubs? I don't think so, but we're going to find out. That is why they play the game. And if you guys Germany out, I forgot who. Paraguay, maybe. Team that they weren't supposed to get. No. Hey, Unlimited, I'm going to need you to call in Whisper and figure out why Colin says that you guys suck and that he's way better than all of you. I have no idea what. I can't do it right now, bro, because I'm on the water, but maybe if we had the other setup, we could have called him and been all like, all right, Colin, talk to us, dog. What's the deal? The Rodcast is real. It's real life. Holla at your boy. What do we got going on? Ecuador has a free kick, and they missed it. Wait a second. Don't forget, guys. I haven't said anything about it apparently, but remember we have the subscriber giveaway that is happening on Friday. Friday, July 3rd. All you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment in my 7.5K subscriber giveaway short. If you put that comment and you are a subscriber, you will be entered to win a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. The drawing will be held at 5 p.m. Central, July 3rd. You must be present to win. To claim your prize, you must be present. We are currently in about 16 feet of water. We are casting to the riprap, pulling it off, letting it. Picturing staircase riprap like it was a staircase to go to prom. And the bass is waiting down, you know, at the bottom of the stairs waiting. It's like, oh, you're so beautiful. And then boom, the bass eats the jig. That's what we are hoping for. Some kind of magic movie magic moment like that. But the only thing we had was an ugly drum, bite it, and I'll tell you what, we are not going to prom with an ugly drum. Now, I know we're nice, but not that nice. We're not gonna waste our prom going with, maybe that sounds a little mean, but waste our prom going with an ugly drum. We're gonna wait for the BBL to show up and take us to prom. I know that's a little gender backwards, but we will wait for it. We are at the jig riprap, I mean the jig bridge riprap, but not at the bridge. We are currently just cruising through here. Our American shad, may it rust in peace. It just went down for the count. So we're trying to just run a jig through here efficiently and hopefully effectively, but right now we've only had one drum bite the jig. We're trying to use these shadows right here that the light and the poles are providing, just kind of hoping that something's hiding in the shadows, all scary like. But so far, the only thing hiding in the shadows was a drum. It looks like Ecuador is being coached by frickin' Fabio or something. This is Vato with long blonde hair. He just put it behind his ear. Calmate, Fabio. It's soccer, bro. You don't need to have your hair perfect. Yeah, dude, we would have ran this area with the American shad, but we lost it to somebody's line. That's so sad. So sad. It's so sad. Qué triste. We're gonna have to figure it out, bro. We're gonna have to figure it out, Unlimited. We can't leave Avato in a situation like that. Now I gotta hope that Canada wins the whole World Cup. For Colin's sake. All right, guys, we will throw about maybe, let's go 5 more casts. It'll probably be perfect time for halftime at that point in time. How many times can I say time? Enough times to make it like you've never heard the word time said so many times. in all of time. So, I don't want you to get him, dog. I just want you to verify that that he's... I didn't even see half the things he said, bro. I just know some of them it was alleged to suck. I don't know what was the whole cause of that. What was that? Was I on a rock, or was I on a son of a fish? That had to have been a bite. Okay, so 2 things could have happened here, guys. My jig has no arms, so potentially, okay, this might be why. This might be why. Okay, so my jig has no arms. Sorry if I shine that directly in your eyes. My jig has no arms, so potentially it barely lost its arms, or it freaking lost its arms a long time ago when that drum possibly bit it and shook it all about. You bite my jig and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. So now I'm gonna have to put a new trailer on, but I think that's the sign that I'm gonna go with to stop throwing lines. Yellow card. Who got a yellow card? Mexico got a yellow card? Who got that? That's what we're here for, bro. The Rodcast intervention. Son of a fish, bros. I lost the American shad. That's what hurts me the most right now. The American shad is goners. Learned that the failed me. Technically, it was a GoPro. That the hardware failed me. We were gonna be on the cutting edge, bros. We're on the edge that I've been tough cast because you cut. Oh. I'm out here snorting bugs. I'm a koike dealer, not a bug dealer. All right. Apparently, Ecuador got a yellow card. There are 5. We are in the 4th minute. Ecuador Ecuador gets a corner kick. Merc, you forgot to add that Colin ain't working right either. Something happened to Colin. We can replace Oh, and then we had to cut off our shaky head jig. We can replace baits, bro, but we gotta figure out why Colin wasn't working right. Who short-circuited Colin? And that is halftime, boys and girls. Mexico is leading 2-0. Oh, Achalos! Oh! Mexico is up 2-0. Merc, did Colin specifically call you a loser, or was it just the whole group as a whole? Because I would have to happen, dog, if he said you're a loser, or if he just, because I saw something, I'm better than all of you, or something like that. I have no idea what that was about. Okay, so it was a general, hey, all right, everybody's a bunch of losers right here. I think that's what I thought had happened, but I didn't know for a fact what happened. The whole group. I mean, that's painting with a broad brush. Definitely painting with a broad brush. So we're gonna have to see if he was calling the Gunners villains losers. Just a heads up, guys, my maps still don't work because they are stupid. The maps are stupid. They were working for a moment and then they just stopped working because, again, they are stupid. So add potentially having to buy maps to the list, moderator, because these maps no working. No están trabajando. So guys, I believe that is 38 consecutive outings, consecutive non-zero outings. It could be more, but I don't think it's less. Remember, guys, we have until the 4th of July to catch a tag. And also, I haven't even entered one single fish into that that other virtual tournament that I entered. Ever since that one shat an outrageous amount of shat and hit my identifier out of the way, I was like, all right, that's it. This ain't working out. Hopefully, guys, tomorrow, I mean, not tomorrow, the next time we come out, we will have this whole hardware camera situation figured out. Currently, it's more leaning towards a GoPro problem than it is anything else. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why it's being stupid. But we'll figure it out. It's only some thinking, some research, and some... What? What did you just put there? I gotta LED my boat up? I think you mean LED. I think you mean LED. That's what I'm gonna go with. Hopefully you meant LED. Unlimited. But if you gotta let it up, bro, pues let it up. All right, guys, I will leave you here with the sounds of the Gunner's Villains. Todo cool style. This should be done a lot smoother when the hardware is all playing together nicely, but right now it hates each other. Basically, the hardware is telling the other hardware, you suck. Or you guys are losers, or whatever the case is. It's just basically being to the other pieces of hardware. Here we go, guys. I shall return momentarily.
Single cast got that killer whip. Gunners build waves like a beat that slap. Fish don't know they caught in my traps. Cameras rolling, YouTube live. Click that stream, watch me thrive. Eyes fishing live. It's a vibe. I'm the Latin boss. I'm the Latin boss. Every single day, silver keeps flashing. Box fishing live. You can't deny. Reeling in dreams under Guntersville sky. They say the lake's a mirror. I see a king. Ripples in the water, hear my anthem sing. Silver's my stage, fish my crowd. Catching big bites, make my mama proud. Every hook's a promise, every reel's a prayer. I'm the Latin by assassin, legend out there. Haters in the comments, man, they just watch while I'm out here reeling in bites non-stop. Yeah. Sharp like blades in the skies, throttle down, silver skates on glass, bow slicing clean like a samurai slash. Creel got the bait lines heavy with dreams, unlimited vision, plotting schemes, callers on the deck, calling up plays, LA and GM setting the blaze. Engine growl, yeah, that's our sound. Lake so smooth, feel skybound. Gunnersville gang, we own this town. the lake, yeah, they know our name. Life jacket swagged out, neon and black. Cooler on deck, snack stacked to the max. Silver's way cutting the lightning streak. Gunners feeling slow, unique technique. Villains on the water, hearts of gold. Stories told, but the lake's still cold. Riding waves, carving paths unseen. Gunnersville fam, we the dream team. You can't get me. Yo, can't get it. Sunrise creeping, moon fades out. Truck still humming, my mind shouts. Honey buns, wrappers on the dash. Mountain Dew bottles empty fast. Hit the creek line, poles in hand. The Latin assassin makes his stand. Cast so smooth, the ripples cry. No fish too smart for his eagle eye. Honey buns and Mountain Dew are fuel all day. Fishing with the assassin, what more can I say? River rolls the stories too, casting dreams we knew. Legacy in water,
right, my dudes. We have reached the part of the show where we have to bid you guys adieu. The heck is that? Did the live cut off? No, that was a different live. We have to bid you guys adieu. Oh, Nitro, we just caught some little Juans, and I think just all little Juans. The biggest fish that I had hooked into, it came off of the crankbait. Yo, Nitro, so apparently I overpaid you, dog, but it's probably too much hassle to get you to return the funds. So just go ahead and keep them, dog. Keep them, and just let it be known that maybe the only thing that's greater than the Bassassin's generosity is his stupidity in paying out $75 instead of $25. So just go ahead and hold on to it, dog. Do your thing. Spend it. Buy yourself something cool. Whatever, dog. Enjoy it, dude. So, vatos, I will see you guys probably Friday, I believe. Yeah, I believe Friday. And hopefully we have all these kinks worked out. But my dudes, I appreciate you guys showing up. We will get to the bottom of whatever happened to our homie Colin. But either way, guys, fish around and find out.